Concrete Landscape Photography, Pictures Set in Stone by Brent Carpenter. This PowerPoint is on Deborah Bright's Of Mother Nature and Marlboro Men, an inquiry into the culture and meaning of landscape photography. Her main point is that landscape photography has only been used for a few purposes. In a way, she thinks landscape photography has been abused and misused. She feels that it's time for a change. Here's an example of what she was talking about. This is the Marlboro Man with a landscape behind him. This picture was used to sell cigarettes. It was to show how cool it was to smoke Marlboro cigarettes. People use landscape photography for different reasons, and one of them being for political reasons. Lisa Lewins took pictures of 3 Mile Island, many of which these were landscape pictures. These pictures were taken for political reason, to show the effects of industrialism on nature and communities. The industrial on 3 Mile Island that was causing the issue was a nuclear power plant. These pictures show how the plant has raped the natural landscape and how it has potentially harmed the inhabitants of the area. This picture and the next two were not taken by Lisa, but they do show her point. This one shows the land was stripped so that the power plant could be built. There's no nature or anything. You can see all the trees were cut down around where this giant plant was made. This picture shows that when the disaster happened, it affected nature and its inhabitants. This picture is of a woman and a young male who appears to have Down syndrome. This picture shows that some people believe that the effects of the nuclear power plant had harm on genetics, on human genetics. I agree with many of Deborah's points and disagree with others. I agree that the use of pictures have been misinterpreted, but isn't that kind of the point? Pictures are going to be interpreted differently by different people. There are many things that contribute to someone's interpretations of a picture. Where they are from, their education background, their race, their sex. These next several pictures aren't of landscapes, but they prove my point. This one here is women of breastfeeding in public. And it should be a natural thing. In my opinion, this is a beautiful picture of nature. Women feeding their children the way they were intended, but others could find this offensive and interpret this picture in a much different way. Some cultures would see this picture as the correct way to feed a baby, in private. But I would find this as cruel, forcing a mother to feed her child in a disgusting bathroom stall full of germs and bacteria. This picture shows a young girl being taught that it is natural and okay to breastfeed in public. Like I said, interpretation of a picture depends on many things. Anything short of somehow permanently captioning every picture to persuade someone's interpretation so that the picture only means one thing, or to say that this picture is only going to be used for good, is naive. People are going to use the pictures in whatever way they feel necessary. Let's take a look at this picture. It wants us to believe that this cat and scorpion are shaking hands and becoming friends due to its captions, "Nice to meet you." But in fact, this was probably the beginning of the end for one of these creatures. If this caption was not here on this picture, then most people would interpret this picture in a different way. Interpretations of pictures are not concrete or set in stone. Everyone is entitled to their opinion or interpretation of a picture. I look at this picture and I see the beauty of nature and the beauty in God for creating it. The all-knowing that much of this park has been untouched by man. Others might see this and be fearful due to the lack of civilization here. Fearful of the bears, snakes, and bugs. Afraid that if they got lost out there at night, they could freeze to death. Or the very next day, die of dehydration due to the heat and humidity. None of these interpretations is correct or incorrect, nor are they set in stone. The fearful person may go to Yosemite National Park and see the beauty with their own eyes and change their mind on their interpretation of this picture. I believe that Deborah Bright's article has influenced photographers today. I believe some are now more aware of how their pictures affect others, and many use that to their advantage to make money or to persuade people. For example, this last picture shows a beautiful woman with a landscape of a river and mountains in the back. No ugly buildings or houses to be seen. One might think this was a picture to show the beauty of the country without cities anywhere around. But in fact, this is a picture that was made to make money for a jean company. The woman is a model who is modeling jeans. There's no way to control what people are going to do with a picture. It's their picture. If they take it, it's their picture to do whatever they want with it. And it is up for interpretation for whoever's viewing it. There's no way you can control anybody's interpretation. I mean, their interpretation is going to depend on where they've came from, their social class, their sex, their race, many different things.